129 men sailed into the Arctic. None of them ever came back. They carried 3 years of food, books, even organs for music. But instead, they found only starvation, madness, and something far darker. This is a terrifying true story of the Franklin expedition, a frozen voyage that turned into 170 years of Arctic horror. It is May 19, 1845. Two magnificent ships, HMS Erebus and HMS Terror, sail from the River Thames, their sails billowing with the certainty of triumph. On board are 129 men, the finest of the Royal Navy, standing on the cusp of glory. Sir John Franklin, a seasoned Arctic explorer, commands this expedition. Their mission: to conquer the elusive Northwest Passage, to chart the final, unforgiving stretch of a legendary route that promised untold riches and national pride. They are hailed as heroes, pioneers of discovery, laden with enough provisions for 3 years. Tons of tinned food, lemon juice to ward off scurvy, coal for warmth, even libraries of books and organs for entertainment. They sail with the fervent prayers of a nation, convinced they are writing a glorious chapter in human endeavor. None of them, not a single soul, could comprehend the true nature of the chapter they were about to inscribe. A saga not of triumph, but of unimaginable, frozen horror. For a few fleeting weeks, the Arctic was generous. In July of 1845, they were spotted by a whaling ship, healthy, confident, and full of hope that sighting would be the last time any European would see them alive. Erebus and Terror vanished into the icy maw of the Canadian Arctic archipelago, swallowed whole by a landscape as beautiful as it was brutal. The world waited. Then it worried. Then it sent rescue missions, dozens of them. But the Arctic held its secrets with a glacial grip. For over a decade, the fate of Franklin's expedition became the greatest maritime mystery of the age. Was it scurvy? Starvation? Mutiny? The very air buzzed with speculation and dread. Then, in 1859, came the first horrifying whispers. A desperate search led by Francis McClintock, funded by Franklin's own widow, finally uncovered fragments of the truth. A cairn, a message in a bottle, a bleak update scrawled in ink. The ships had been trapped by ice in September 1846, imprisoned, immovable, for 2 agonizing years. And then, the true horror. In April 1848, Sir John Franklin was dead. The surviving men, now 105 strong, abandoned their ships and set out on foot, dragging lifeboats and supplies, attempting an impossible march south across the frozen wasteland. They left behind a trail not of glory, but of bones. Cairns were discovered, grim artifacts, and then the bodies, scattered across the bleak expanse of King William Island and the coastline of the Adelaide Peninsula, not buried with dignity, but lying where they fell, devoured by the elements and, as later evidence revealed, by something far more monstrous. These were not merciful deaths. The autopsy of 3 sailors, perfectly preserved in permafrost and examined more than a century later, revealed the first brutal clue: lead poisoning. Their tinned food, meant to save them, became their slow undoing, leaching poison into their bodies and minds. Madness, paranoia, and physical collapse spread to the camp, turning the Arctic into a nightmare of delirium and despair. But lead was only one layer of horror. McClintock's search also brought back another, far darker truth. Scattered among the remains were human bones scarred with cut marks and scorch burns, undeniable evidence of cannibalism. Faced with starvation, these proud men of the Royal Navy had resorted to the unspeakable. Imagine their despair. Minds unraveling from poison, bodies emaciated by hunger, surrounded by an endless, merciless white. To look upon your comrade, your brother in arms, and see not a friend but potential meal. Civilization itself crumbling under the weight of survival. What choices were made in those final weeks? What horrors unfolded in the shadows of their last flickering hopes? For over 170 years, the Erebus and Terror remained hidden, phantom ships entombed beneath the ice, until the 21st century, when extraordinary discoveries finally revealed their resting places. The wreck of Erebus in 2014, the Terror in 2016, preserved in haunting detail by the cold. They are time capsules of doomed ambition. Divers exploring their interiors found pristine artifacts, plates, bottles, scientific instruments. Each one a silent witness to the daily lives of men destined for a terrible end. These discoveries did not simply solve a mystery. They deepened the tragedy. They showed us the humanity of the man, their hopes preserved in untouched provisions, their struggles etched in abandoned equipment, their desperation scattered in fragments across the ice. The Franklin expedition is more than a cautionary tale of Arctic exploration. It is a chilling examination of human limits, of the fine line between civilization and savagery when pushed to the breaking point. It reminds us that even with the greatest technology, the noblest intentions, and the bravest hearts, nature remains an unforgiving and indifferent force. The ghosts of those 129 men still haunt the frozen wastes. Their story echoes across 170 years, a testament to a doomed voyage and the unyielding horror of the Arctic. And in their silent, frozen graves, they whisper a timeless truth. Some passages are never meant to be conquered.